All right, let's delve into Newsline proper. And I'm taking you straight to the city of excellence. That's Lagos. That's truly living up to its name. But of course, in different ways. Now, think of those unforgettable traffic moments, those memories as the city's transportation system evolves. But here's the good news. The state government, that's the Lagos state government, is not sleeping on this issue. In fact, Lagos is undergoing significant transformation in its transportation sector right before our eyes. But while many Nigerians in the metropolitan city welcome this change as a sign of inevitable progress, it's also essential to look back at how public transportation evolved over time in Nigeria's commercial nerve center. And Lanre Biliyi takes us down memory lane.
Once upon a time in Lagos, the iconic mode of transport for mass transit for many individuals in Lagos, yellow bus called Molue. Do you still remember that bus? Let me jog your memory a little bit. Molue was so famous in the 70s down to early 2000 in Lagos that even musicians sang about it. Then, a first-timer's experience was not always complete without a Molue encounter. It was strange to visitors but normal to typical Lagosians. The buses faded away gradually, thereby creating room for Danfo, which were not new in Lagos. Now, private hailing cabs and the bus rapid transit BRT system of the state government have claimed the spot of Molue. Some young people don't even have a clue what Molue is.
Just heard about it. I haven't experienced it before though.
Yinka Aderibigbe, a journalist who has been on the transport desk for about 2 decades, took me on a trip down memory lane and shared a bit of history how BRT buses came to being.
A major shift came during the Second Republic, when Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakonde came around and birthed the idea of a metro line, October, November 1983. But that idea was short-lived. The military came and stopped it, replacing the metro line that has now become a dead issue, and looking at the alternative that you can now make in terms of providing mass transit buses. So you now begin to have Lagos mass transit.
Lagos state residents still remember the Molue buses.
That time, if you sight him on a far distance that is coming, you never even know where you are, whether where you are going is where he's going. Or people will be shuffling, you'll be struggling to wait. Once he come like this, the next person by your right, you push it to this side. He will push you, you will rush. One of your leg will be on the staircase to enter, while you will be trying to tango, hold the door. There's a system of jumping down. If not calculate where you fall down, you prepare very well to jump down. And you prepare to enter inside with strength. Not just say,
The price is cheaper, and that's why people usually rush it. And now I can't find it again.
It is not only the buses that are changing, the parks are also transforming. The rail and water transport system are now becoming popular, an indication that the future of the transport sector in Lagos is promising.
Oh, wow. I think I'll have to reconsider, going to Lagos. I left Lagos in a long time when, of course, the Molues were all around Obalinde, Sangros, and all that. All right. Congratulations, Lagos, and thank you, Larry, for bringing us that story. Now, let's talk about the drum. Whether talking or silent, it holds a very significant place in our collective heritage. Of course, it mimics speech patterns, relays messages, and tells stories through its tonal variations. But most importantly, believe it or not, the drum has the ability to speak, in quote, and of course, it can also incite actions. Now, Diana Ajali, who recently witnessed the display of drums at a festival in Lagos, is right here to educate us more on the power and artistry of drumming.
History has it that traditionally the drum is the oldest means of communication known to man, particularly in African communities, and remains an intrinsic part of African life for many centuries. The Yoruba talking drum, for instance, can be traced to the old Oyo Empire, where it was primarily used to extol the virtues of the Oba, and from the sacred bata, Bedu, to the Ekwe of the Igbos. Drums have no doubt told the Nigerian story, conveying messages like welcome. It is also used for warnings, summons, celebration of warriors' victory, and to mourn the dead. The Drum Festival promotes the uniqueness of the acts of drumming, showcasing the rich cultural heritage of the country. To many, the sound of the African drum symbolizes various aspects of the African culture, including spirituality and tradition.
The drum reminds us that harmony is possible when we move to the same rhythm. It does not care about tribe, religion, or status. It only asks that we listen and respond with open hearts.
It is an art with the potential to become a global cultural export, showcasing Nigeria's rich and diverse heritage to the world.
Beyond musical instruments and entertainment, concerned individuals have described drumming as a sacred art that communicates, celebrates, and binds communities together.
Also raise our hearts in unity. Let the sound of a collective rhythm transcend barriers, heal divisions, and inspire a world where togetherness is celebrated.
African music is a total art form, closely integrated with dance, gestures, and dramatization. So, the pivotal role drums play as musical instruments, experts say, cannot be overlooked. While African music relies heavily upon the drum to create the fast-paced upbeat, the need for stronger institutional support and recognition of drumming as a powerful cultural tool and career path is paramount.
I love that, I love that, I love that. And female drummers, wow. Now, of course, our culture is evolving. Now, here's a little secret, but don't say I told you. My executive director News understands the language of the drum so well, of course, with his feet. Just speak the language of the drum and watch him shimmy to the beat. Ha! Madam Kilia, did I say anything? Okay. No, let's move on now. Now, who says beauty queens only strut the runway with crowns and sashes? Well, one just rewrote the script, driving off in style with wheels that speak volumes of confidence and class. Now, thanks to the collaboration between Miss Nigeria pageant, Mikano Motors, and the Changan brand, the runway is now shifting gears, ushering in a more inclusive and empowering auto space for Nigerian women. Adejoke Odeka witnessed it all as the newly crowned Miss Nigeria 2024 received the keys to her sleek Erdo Plus from catwalk to car keys. It was a crowning moment redefined.
Doris Oga, the 45th Miss Nigeria, is excited as she becomes the latest owner of a brand new Edo Plus vehicle presented to her by Mikano Motors in collaboration with their Changan partners. For her, this is a great motivation that will inspire her to impact many through education.
It's a huge responsibility because now I've been given a platform to inspire other young women. So one of the things I advocate for is the provision of quality education and job opportunities for women because, like I said, I'm a product of one.
Mikano Motors and their Changan partners have fulfilled their promise by presenting a brand new vehicle to the 45th winner of the Miss Nigeria pageant. The chairman, Mr. Morfid Karame, and the Group Executive Director of Mikano International Limited, Mr. Omar Karame, as well as the Vice General Manager, Changan Middle East and Africa, Yin Tong, say the merging of the two iconic brands aims to not just amplify beauty, strength, but to also build legacy, leadership qualities, create and sustain a female-friendly automotive environment.
We are presenting the car to our daughter Doris, but really we are also presenting the car to the whole Nigeria. Today we have in the market in Nigeria more than 10,000 cars. Thank God we can say almost zero problem.
By celebrating these remarkable women, we paved the way for a brighter and more empowered Nigeria.
We're very happy and we are continually to provide equality in our workspace.
For the chairman of Miss Nigeria organization, Rita Dominic Anosike, the partnership is a testament to shared values of inspiring young women and ultimately Nigeria's growth.
Many women in our country are very intelligent. They have a lot to offer, beyond beauty. And giving them such a platform helps them to be that which they're meant to be. And I'm also thankful to the Mikano and Changan group for believing in this vision.
The official handover ceremony of the Edo Plus to the winner of the Miss Nigeria pageant was sealed with pictures with partners, brand ambassadors, as well as family and friends.
Mikano and Co. If the Edo Plus is up for grabs, don't forget the microphone is our own crown too. Maybe it's time to shift focus to the media and to the screens as well. Let's take a short break. All right, welcome back. Now, there's a unique pride that comes with being honored by your own people. It's a validation not just of success, but of service, legacy, and identity. Now, in Potiskum, did I get that right? Yes, Potiskum, that's in Yobe State. That pride echoed through the ancient walls of the Fika Emir's palace. Our 6 illustrious sons of the emirate were turbaned with revered traditional titles, and among them, 2 retired military generals and the immediate past DIG in charge of finance and administration, talking about Bala Chiroma, all celebrated for their dedication to the nation and their roots. Now, the colorful ceremony was presided over by the chairman of the Council of Chiefs and Emir of Fika. Yunusa Suleiman captured the spirit of the moment for us here on Newsline.
The over 6 centuries-old Fika Emirate in Yobe State has over the years continued to recognize and honor its sons and daughters, including individuals of goodwill, with its coveted titles to say thank you for contributing to the growth and development of Nigeria and the Emirate, presided over by the Yobe State Chairman Council of Chiefs, Alhaji Muhammadu Ibn Abali Muhammadu Idrisa, saw the 17th Chief of Air Staff, Mohammed Dukko Umar, turbaned as the Jaidawan Fika, Air Vice Marshal Alkali Muhammad Manu, crowned with the revered title of Burden Fika, and the immediate past DIG Finance and Administration, turbaned as the Talban Fika, among other 3 celebrants. Friends, associates and family members of the celebrants wished them well and prayed for success in their new responsibilities.
On behalf of his family and on behalf of all the Dambazawa and the people of Kano and the friends of Air Marshal, we applaud and appreciate the Emir of Fika for honoring this man who is a very special, a very gifted airman.
Each and every one of us turban today is a distinguished Nigerian. All of them have reached the pinnacle of their respective career. And we are very happy that such individuals have been recognized.
Some of us who know him way back are not surprised that he has been called upon to come and serve the community.
I and the rest of his friends and also classmates will feel very, very happy. We feel highly elated.
A remarkable career is indeed a huge recognition on his part. that he is today recognized as the Talba of Africa immediately after his retirement.
To the men of the moment, it is a recognition by Fika Emirate for their positive contributions in various endeavors at national, state, and community levels that met the Fika Kingmakers to honor them with such titles.
I feel highly honored and humbled by this recognition. By the grace of God, we shall not let the Emir down, and we shall not let the people of Fika Emirate and indeed the entire nation down.
Today is a day in my life that I feel more fulfilled. After serving in the military for 35 years and retiring meritoriously, and then coming home to be recognized by His Royal Highness the Emir of Fika is indeed a big honor to me and the entire Mamu family.
It is a recognition of your efforts and indicating the trust and confidence my people have on me, incumbent on me to take this responsibility entrusted on me with all vigor to ensure that I serve the people well.
They all rode on their beautifully decorated horses to pay homage to the Emir, to renew their solidarity and gratitude for the honor done to them.
I like the ambience. I'm not talking about ambience. That of a mosque, its structure, intricate designs, and soothing aesthetics does more than just serve a functional purpose. Now, it enhances the spiritual experience of worshippers, creating a very sacred space that fosters connection and tranquility. Now, the right setting of a mosque can elevate one's sense of peace and devotion. Now, this is why our places of worship deserve particular attention, not just the mosque, as they hold the power to deepen our spiritual engagement. Let me take you to a town in Kubal local government area of Kaduna State, where the Jumat Mosque has been given a fresh lease of life with a remodel that enriches the community and its faith. Now, the inauguration of this mosque is not just a physical transformation. It reflects collective belief and unwavering spiritual commitment. Sagir Mohammed Anwal brings us the story.
Muslims faithful from neighboring communities and beyond converge on Zuntu town to be part of the epoch-making event, which was presided over by the Emir of Zazzau, Ambassador Ahmad Nuba Mali. In line with Islamic doctrine, a 2-rak'at prayer was observed, led by the chief imam of Zuntu, to supplicate and praise Allah for providing them with a befitting place of worship. Emir of Zazzau, Ambassador Ahmad Nuba Mali, also daubed his heart to the architecture of this project. Worshippers shower encomiums on the donor who put his resources in upgrading the edifice.
This kind of gesture is very rare, and he is calling on all those that have the ability and capacity to do it to replicate this kind of gesture in their places, because it brings the community together.
This has been my dad's dream over the years, and Alhamdulillah is alive and he has actualized his dream. He has built his mosque, which his dad built before he passed away, and he has built a new one for Zuntu community.
We appreciate him or what he did, though he has been doing all these philanthropic activities over time. This is part of it.
Building a mosque is a hadith or tradition of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who says, "Whosoever build a mosque, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will build a house in Jannah for him." So this is an encouraging statement by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Sarkin Rapin Zazzau Muhammad Suleiman Zuntu is the driving force behind this development.
I feel extremely grateful to Almighty Allah for making it possible for me to start and complete this edifice, this mosque. Glory be to Almighty Allah for that.
The one-story building Jumaat Mosque has the capacity of accommodating more than 1,000 worshippers, is strategically located in the heart of Zintu town, will definitely bring about spiritual rejuvenation among diverse communities in Zintu and environs.
Welcome back. Now, ever heard the saying, life's too short to carry a boring handbag like mine? Well, you've been warned. Never ask a woman to open house unless you are ready to be greeted by a Pandora pass. Come to think of it, a woman's handbag isn't just something she carries around. It's her mobile headquarters, her lifeline, her little world on a strap. It's not just fashion, it's identity, status, sophistication, and self-expression. A designer piece might scream prestige, while a well-loved vintage bag tells stories of taste, time, and timeless charm. So why exactly are women and handbags tighter than bread and butter? Or as we say, 5 and 6. Evelyn Bado Epo dares to unzip the mystery of these zipper-guarded kingdoms and show the strap secrets of the world of women on Newsline.
I carry a bag because it's convenient. It helps me store my stuff. Like, I have my ATM, my phone, my power bank, my lip gloss, most importantly.
In the depths of her bag are a world of secrets. They come in various colors, shades, and sizes. They seem to have the same aim of carrying some items. But beyond being a mere accessory, it holds a collection of essentials that cater for the needs of a woman. What needs, you may ask? Just like you, I'm curious.
I don't go out with that bag. Whenever I go out with that bag, I feel that I'm not complete. And even if I'm walking, I don't walk majestically, but whenever I carry a bag, it makes me to look smart.
I used to handbag when I dress, but it will make me look beautiful and it will make my dress complete.
Some just for fashion, because most of the time the bag is just so tiny, it might not really contain things.
The contents of a woman's bag varies greatly depending on her life, profession, or personal preference.
Hold this expensive bag to create a statement.
Me as a fashion designer, very well, I like using different bags to change it so that when people see me, they will be like, this is truly a fashion designer. From there, I can get more work for myself. Some people stick with luxury brands, and those brands are very expensive. So because of the name behind the bag, they might just like it. We're all just girls.
For others, it is a personal belonging meant for private use only.
I put some personal things, so like ladies' things, So a man cannot even look at my bag like that.
Eye pencil, lipstick, all those things, your phone especially, so that they will not collect from your hand. You have to carry your own handbag so that you put all those things inside.
Carrying bags around can be viewed as a behavioral pattern which accustoms the user. For the women, this pattern, to say the least, is kind of addictive. Are there some benefits that the men folk may need to know?
Of course, it has to do with the cognition, especially in the aspect of learning. People's behavior are particularly based on two areas. One is what you have learned from the society, and that is what they call the nurture. Then the other one is dependent on nature, the inherited traits that you transmit. Both men and women they depend on their bags or whatever they use in carrying their things about. But the point about women is somehow special. Their identity is inherent in their bags. They use it as a form of expression. They use it as a form of beauty.
Exploring the content of a woman's bag might just give an understanding of the individual's expression to life. And for the bag and the woman, the trend is more like an inseparable affair.
Well, for some of my colleagues here, I won't name them. Number 7, you know who I'm talking about, Elizabeth Omori, my producer, Bomso and Co. The contents of their bags would include microphone stands, microphone, battery charger, flash, hard drive, and of course, maybe slippers, as spare when, of course, the time permits. Well, don't ask me what are the contents of my bag. Let's go on a short break, and we'll be right back. And if you've just joined us, you're watching Newsline on the network service of the NTA. Now, our next story will have you wondering, what manner of twist of fate is this? What should have ordinarily evoked joy and celebration has instead become a heavy burden for a mother of triplets in Ondo State. Now, in a place where having multiple children is a common blessing, a new mother, Yanu Jeje, finds herself abandoned by her own husband in the hospital, struggling with escalating medical bills. What manner of man, or should I say, husband, does this? Let's find out the circumstances surrounding this heartbreaking story from correspondent Abiola Ario.
Fate no doubt smiled on Iyanu Jeje the day she successfully came out of the labor room alive with her triplets in this private health facility, while the mother and her children are in a good state of health after being stabilized by the medical team. Going home with her bundles of joy to reunite with loved ones has become almost impossible for this nursing mother following the sudden disappearance of her husband. With sketchy details on the whereabouts of the husband, who is a known bricklayer in the community, Iyanu Jeje is appealing to public-spirited Nigerians to assist her clear the medical bills, as her continuous stay in the hospital is now a cause for concern and taking a huge toll on her psychologically.
I
was at the primary health care facility to deliver, but did not see the doctor to attend to me. So I went straight to a private hospital. I need help on the children. I am an orphan.
Newsline got reactions from Medical Director Dr. Aribo Odushola as he gave graphic details on the circumstances leading to the admission of Iyanu Jeje at the time she was brought to the hospital.
On the 31st of last month of March, around the evening, she was brought. In fact, a relative called me that they have a situation, that they are bringing a pregnant woman. So I was around, and when they came, I did a scan. I noticed there were multiple pregnancies there. We have to operate the woman. Unfortunately for us, we brought out 3 babies, all of them boys, with very good ABGA score. After the surgery, we do everything, and the woman was very, very stable. The children, every one of them were doing very, very fine.
One question begging for answer is, why would her husband abandon her and the children at this critical moment? With no trace of the man for reasons attributed to him not having the financial strength to cater for his family, relatives and friends of the nursing mother are now appealing to the government to intervene and salvage the situation before it becomes more complicated.
We have not seen any of the husband's family member, even the husband. After he saw that the wife delivered triplets, he said he wants to go and look for money, and that was the last we heard from him. We are still here because of money. The doctor said we should go and look for money.
Help for Iyanu Jeje seems to be very far, as there is no clear indication as to when she and her children would be discharged.
Different stroke for different folks. He has to be found. You're watching Newsline. I hear we have to take another break just before we bring you the concluding stories. Please don't go away. All right, welcome back now. And of course, the pursuit of wealth has driven some to terrifying extremes, even at the cost of innocent children's lives. Port Harcourt isn't just shaking, it's mourning reeling from the brutal murder of two 6-year-old children in an act too cruel to comprehend. Manuel Lene visited the grieving families in Port Harcourt.
For Chidinma and Chizaram Ohuche, both 6-year-old cousins, Saturday the 22nd of March 2025 began as a very normal day. Little did they know that it was going to be their last on earth. They met their untimely death in such a horrific manner after they were allegedly lured by a suspected ritual killer. This has sent shock waves to members of Rukpoku community in Obiakpoluko government area of Rivers State. Parents of one of the victims, both deaf and dumb, while narrating the incident to NTA News through a sign language interpreter, explained that the two sisters were on their way to church when they were lured and drugged before they were allegedly raped and murdered in an uncompleted building.
I slept till the time I woke up. I started searching for her. I asked, where is she? Where is she? I asked the first and second, where is she? And we walked, we couldn't find them. I changed my clothes so I can find her properly. So I asked my brother-in-law's wife, my co-wife. So we looked. We asked people, where is she? Where is she? We moved everywhere. We couldn't find her. I was so confused. They arrested one boy. Okay, so when they arrested him, we waited, hoped. He refused saying anything until one person, a hearing person, made call that the children are dead.
At the time NTA News got to the scene of the incident, clothes said to be those of the girls were still littered on the floor, including some of the materials used to perpetuate the heinous crime. For the second parents, the grief is overwhelming.
Go landlords also now said let them go and search all the uncompleted building within. When they went there, they searched and noticed two children inside through the glass. That was when they now break the door and see the two kids lying dead. They were raped and cut their throats at the same time.
One girl with a knife that there is blood all over. People that is there, they smell the knife. I say this is not animal blood, that is human being blood. I became scared. He said when she opened the phone that she saw two girls that they cut their neck, That is, they now hold the girl.
Attempt to speak with the police public relations officer, Grace Iringikoku, was not successful as she was out on official assignment. However, an earlier statement signed by her confirmed the incident and disclosed that 4 suspects have already been arrested in connection with the murder. The statement also revealed that the prime suspect who confessed to the crime said he became involved after he witnessed a native doctor perform similar ritual in exchange for wealth. While the parents and residents of Rukpoku look forward to getting justice over the murder of the children, the police has assured that the perpetrators will be prosecuted.
Earlier on, we told you, of course, that defending champions, Zamalek of Egypt, defeated, of course, their own arch-rivals, Al Ahly, in the African Volleyball Championship in Abuja by 3-1 sets. Now, of course, the icing on that is that the Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, declared the event closed in a colorful ceremony at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium here in Abuja. Let's listen to that track up.
After 14 days of far-reaching spikes, unbelievable volleys, highly contested rallies, well-calculated blocks, and touchline saves, the curtains finally came down on the 2025 Africa Women's Volleyball Club Championship in Abuja with a colorful closing ceremony. The grand patron of the tournament, First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, led other dignitaries to see the grand finale of the tournament. The longer-awaited final match between Zamalek, who were chasing a third consecutive title, and Al Ahly, who were hoping to upset the odds, soon took center stage. Zamalek, playing in white, took the first set 29-27. After a heated contest, Al Ahly returned strongly to take the second set 22-25. Zamalek then claimed the third 25-20 before fighting off a serious challenge from their opponent to win the fourth set, which confirmed their third consecutive African title. While declaring the tournament closed, an evidently impressed First Lady Oluremi Tinubu commended Nigeria Customs Service for delivering a world-class competition. She says the success of the tournament is indicative of how Nigeria and Africa by extension can be a force in international volleyball.
To every team that competed, I celebrate you all. You have honored us with your participation and inspired us with your performance. As you return to your respective clubs and countries, remember that you carry the honor of your nation as well as the admiration of Nigeria.
It's been 2 weeks and we gave it all. We gave everything that we had. So we must very, very express our gratitude to Her Excellency the First Lady, the Grand Patron. She has set a very good record for us, and already CAVB, they are already thinking of making her the Grand Patron of future games, not just for these games.
We received 16 teams from Africa. They are very good facilities, good infrastructure, so congratulations.
You can see the crowd today. I've said it, volleyball has come back, and it has come back in Nigeria.
A night not to forget in a hurry for history-making Zamalek of Egypt, as Al Ahly will live to fight for another day as both teams qualified as Africa's representative to the World Championships. KPC of Kenya finished third, after overcoming Carthage of Tunisia in straight sets in the third-place playoff. Host Nigeria Customs Service finished 10th on the final standings, with Chief of Naval Staff Ladies finishing just behind them in 11th. With the last 2 weeks offering sport fans unending entertainment, they say they are looking forward to more international competitions in Nigeria.
It doesn't matter our position, it's all in the spirit of brotherhood. Nigeria, big brother. And of course, we want to say kudos to our First Lady, in a time when few women actually threw their weight behind African women in sports. That was very symbolic. Now, it was a moment of testimonies and appreciation of a life well spent as the body of late General Manager of NTA Osogbo, Oluwafemi Emmanuel Babalola, was laid to rest in his hometown, Waro, in Repodun local government area of Kwara State. Now, the funeral service was attended by family members, friends, and staff of the Nigerian Television Authority from across the country, led by the Zonal Director, NTA Ibadan Network Center, Wahid Bugwola Abdul Hafiz. Alayat's report is here.
The Redeemed Christian Church of God, Graceland Mega Parish, Umaron, venue of the burial service, played host to family and sympathizers from across the country who came to pay their last respect to late Oluwafemi Emmanuel Babalola. Bible readings, choir ministration, and prayers for the family of the deceased characterized the funeral service. A national leader at RCCG, Pastor Olushola Agbola, in a sermon titled Death is Gain, explained how death brings an end to human aspirations, dreams, and social interaction. According to him, only those who are born again and have Jesus in their lives will have the assurance of salvation. Fight.
An embodiment of humility is all you can ask for in a friend. Very dependable, very reliable.
When I joined NTA, he was one of the first few people I met. And we grew up together. He mentored me on the job.
Yeah, there is no dull moment anytime you meet with him. He was using the profession he belonged to propagate anything, any good thing.
One thing I learned from him, he has a forgiving spirit.
A prayer giver, as somebody very close to God Almighty.
He was a caring man. He took care of his family. He ensured every one of us went to school and
we had no issues.
I intend to build on his legacy.
The body of the deceased was later committed to the Mother Earth with a charge on his family and sympathizers to emulate his kind gesture and be good to fellow men. Late Oluwafemi Emmanuel Babalola, the Santuraki of Gwanara Emirate Council, was until his death the general manager of NTA Osogbo.
May it so rest in peace. Well, for some, cooking comes as naturally as breathing. But for others, especially if you've got a picky spouse like mine, it's more of a strategic decision than a simple task. As for Newsline, saying goodbye is probably the easiest part of this program, kind of picking the right dish after it's been prepared. I could simply have said good night, but I must take a moment to appreciate all of those for whom this production comes naturally. The directors, engineers, cameramen, audio engineers, teleprompter, operators, audio, quality, and so on, and the list goes on. And of course you, the main ingredient that sustains Newsline. Good night, everyone.